Okay, so this is my personal narrative. It is going to be about the time where I freaked out because there was a bug on me. I'll get to that. So, I was lying in the bed, well, on my couch watching cartoons, and I'm just chilling, watching TV. Nothing weird is going on. And then I hear this crinkling noise. And so I look at my shirt, and I don't see anything on there. I look at my blanket, I don't see anything on my blanket. So I go back and I continue watching TV. And about 5 minutes later, I look down again, and I hear that crinkling noise. And there's nothing there. It wasn't on me, it wasn't on my shirt, it wasn't on anything. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So I go back to watching TV. Like, another 10 minutes later, I hear the crinkling noise again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there is gonna be nothing on my shirt. So I take my blanket, move it, look at my shirt, and there was a bug. It was a big moth about this big. Literally, no exaggeration, it was this big. It was huge, and it was black and white with polka dots all on it. And me, I can't stand bugs, so I freaked out and ran as fast as I could into my mom's room. Now, there's a rule in my house. You can't bust up in my parents' room without knocking, but I completely threw that rule out the door and busted in her room and was like, get out, get out, get out, get out, because there was a big, huge bug on me. And so my mom was looking confused, like, what's Deja, what's wrong with you? What are you talking about? Bug? What's up with bug? And I'm like, it's on my shirt, get off. So she walked up to me and swatted it off. And so it was crawling around on the floor, and it started flapping its wings, and I was just disgusted. I was grossed out. It had eaten some of my shirt, because moths like to eat shirts. So it ate some of my shirt, and I was freaking out, and my mom killed it. And we were looking at it, and we were like, what is that? What is that? Because I didn't know it was a moth at first. I was like, well, what is that? What is that thing? And she looked at my shirt, and she saw how some of it had been, like, eaten and spit on or whatever. And she was like, oh, it was a moth. I was like, how did that get in my blanket? She was like, well, did you leave it outside? I hadn't left it outside, so I still to this day do not know how that moth got on my shirt, but it did. And I was scarred for life, so whenever I see a moth, I freak out and I back up, because I don't like bugs, especially ones that are big and they fly. Yeah. So, that was my personal narrative about the time where I freaked out when a moth got on my shirt. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah.